Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA and investor, and in today's breaking news video we are talking about CRISPR being officially approved in the US by the FDA. So for the first time ever, the FDA has approved a CRISPR based therapy on humans with a blood disorder called sickle cell disease, and this has been basically something that's never been done before. And in the US, we just got that approval today. In fact, just over an hour ago, the FDA set this immediate press release on their official website, which is what you're seeing here on the screen. So, a couple of notes, guys. First of all, sorry for the microphone. I'm on the road here, and dummy me forgot to bring the actual microphone that I usually record with. So, I tried a couple of microphones around the place here. It's not connecting well with this laptop, so yeah, I'm just using the default microphone on the computer. So I'm very sorry for the sound quality, but I just couldn't help myself to make an actual video because this is a breaking news. This is big news, guys. This is something we've been waiting for years in this CRISPR landscape, and we had a lot of people sort of predicting that the FDA may reject it based on the recent week's comments by one of their FDA reviewers. But of course, we prevailed in the sense where the FDA has now approved this genome editing technology, which is of course CRISPR from the companies of CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex for hexacell. And of course, this is for the rare disease, blood disorder rather, called sickle cell disease. And let's take a look at here a couple of things, guys, just as a quick note. So sickle cell disease is a group of inherited blood disorders affecting approximately 100,000 people in the US, mostly common with African Americans, also affects Hispanic Americans. Of course, before this treatment, the only alternative that folks had was, of course, not a cure, but rather a maintenance side of things, which is, of course, VOEs or VOCs. And of course, these are a lot of crises, life-threatening disabilities, or early death. So we took a look at the UK official release saying their median age was 50 years old for anybody with a sickle cell disease. So this is, of course, by the age of 50, the median age would basically let us know that by the age of 50, someone would basically pass away because of sickle cell disease. And beta thalassemia is even worse at 40. And we expect the FDA now to approve beta thalassemia by the first quarter of next year, which is, of course, around the month of March, which they mentioned that they would review the beta thalassemia side of things, which is, of course, another blood disorder, but, of course, part of the hexacell program from CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex. So this is big, guys. This is revolutionary. I want to reinforce this to viewers in this channel. This has never been done before. This is the first time ever. The UK was the first country to allow it a couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. Of course, the UK is a huge economy. It's nothing to sneeze at. Bahrain was the second country to allow it just over a week ago. Last weekend, we made a video on that as well. And of course, now the US becomes the third official country to allow a CRISPR-based therapy on humans. And of course, this is all related to the same exact program, hexacell, from the same exact companies, Vertex and CRISPR Therapeutics. And of course, this is a huge win for patients with this rare blood disorder, huge win for communities, huge win for the healthcare system. I think this is something I just think we're entering in a new era. I don't think there's any way we're going back. I think this is where we're going forward. We've sort of started the S curve, which basically means now I just basically expect exponential growth, not just for CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex, their program with hexacell, but also with other programs in this landscape, whether that's from Caribou's CBO10, or whether that's, of course, from NTLA 2001, 2002, or, of course, Beam Therapeutics, Beam 101, and so on. The other programs, Verve, we look at Prime Medicine with their preclinical trials. We look at even Editas, right? For every negative things we have to say about Editas, the company, it's a huge win for everybody, right? And it's just, I'm really happy to see this, guys. This is something we've been waiting for years, and I think a lot of people in this space sort of, was wondering if this day would ever come, and this is it. The US has now allowed, for the first time ever, a CRISPR-based therapy in the country. And I think that says a lot about CRISPR, the technology. That says a lot about the folks at these companies working on it. It says a lot about this space, this community, the investors. It says a lot about the FDA's willingness to look at new technologies to address diseases that nobody has ever addressed for years, for decades. For, in this case, sickle cell disease was discovered over 100 years ago. So for a century, we've known about sickle cell disease. Basically, we haven't been able to cure it until officially today in the US. And of course, the FDA did their due diligence with their external committee in 31st October of this year. And the external committee gave the green light. There were a couple of negative feedback about, possible offsets, edits. And basically this puts it at rest, because CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex will now move forward with commercializing in the biggest economy in the world, and in the economy that a lot of people look up to. The FDA sets the precedents. The FDA sets the standards. Make no mistake, the UK is important, Canada is important, Europe is extremely important, Australia and all these countries' healthcare systems are all important, regulatory bodies rather. But the FDA is the king of the jungle, right? What the FDA does, all other regulatory bodies follow it, at least the majority of them. And if you can crack into the FDA, then the likelihood to crack into Canada, Europe, Australia, and other countries is very high. So we've already been approved in, and I'm using we, I mean the CRISPR landscape supporters and so on. We've already been supported in the UK, in Bahrain, in the Middle East country, and now we have a North America country, which is the US, which obviously was the big fish in the pond, in the ocean, or whatever the expression is. So this is big, guys. This is so big, so happy, so optimistic. I don't even have the words to describe this milestone that was achieved here. It's a great decision, a great day from the CRISPR landscape, a great day for patients with rare diseases such as sickle cell disease and other diseases. We have a potential cure now for other diseases, but we definitely have a cure for sickle cell disease, as the phase 3 clinical trial has proven from this program, and that's why the FDA has approved it. So big win, guys. Shout out to everybody in this space. Keep doing the great work on x.com, on Reddit, and so on. Great work, guys. Really happy for everybody. Let me know in the comments below, guys, how you guys feel. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not. Like this video if you found value. And I'll see you guys in the next video for sure. Thank you, guys.